Another disgusting and heartbreaking video to do for a lot of people. Some people would probably be asking me, what am I talking about? Well, for a lot of friends and family that know these people and people that don't know them, it's always good to be respectful to people. And Dublin, which is in Ireland, stabbing 5 people, included 3 children. Now, a 5-year-old got injured, a girl, I believe, and I don't know about the other people. I have to find out a bit more about the video. I'm going to be showing you guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen about the video. You may find it distressing, the same here. I don't know why these sort of people live in this world and they think they can breathe the same air we breathe and the crimes that we do. Most of us have bad intentions and ideas on our head, but we don't just wake up one morning and think, well, I'm going to stab some innocent people today. You don't do that. I mean, some people probably don't care or think about the consequences, but we're going to be looking into a bit more of this disgusting act, as I would say, which it is. People probably didn't know about it. People, they always seem to do things in the quiet when nobody knows. But let's see what the news have said about this. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Now we start with this afternoon's big breaking news story. 5 people, including 3 young children, have been taken to hospital following a suspected stabbing incident in Dublin city centre this afternoon. And I'm joined again in the studio by our Home and Security editor, Mark White. Mark, a very harrowing incident. What's the latest?
Yeah, it's an incident that unfolded just before 2 o'clock this afternoon in Parnell Square East. We got latest images in from Dublin for you now that we can show you of the scene around there, where you can see the ambulances, fire brigade, police. It was a multi-agency response to reports of a multiple stabbing in this area, just in the city centre. Now, among those stabbed were 3 young children and a woman. We're told that the children may have been as young as 5 or 6 years of age. The woman was seriously injured. One of the children, a girl, we're told, was also seriously injured, and they're being treated for their injuries at the moment. The police say that the families of all those who've been affected have been informed about this incident and what is going on. As we speak, there is a significant police cordon around this area. We've heard reports that members of the public there have been booing at members of the police there, because I think there's some real concern that the assailant, the alleged assailant here, may have been an asylum seeker. We don't know if that's true, but there is a lot of disquiet in Dublin at the moment. The situation asylum seekers and immigrants in that city.
Immigrants or asylum seekers, well,
to whether this assailant may have been an immigrant or an asylum seeker, we don't know, but clearly some members of the public think that that might be the case, and that's why it seems they're acting in this hostile manner towards the police. So that's just one element that you don't really need on top of what is a harrowing and difficult situation anyway for all those involved in this to try to come to terms with and absorb.
Is there any evidence, any photographic evidence or anecdotal evidence yet of the perpetrator? Is it a man? Is it a woman? Anything at all yet, Mark?
Well, we've seen images of a man who looks to be in his 50s, perhaps, lying on the pavement, face up, blood coming from his mouth. We believe that is the suspect. In terms of his ethnicity, I couldn't tell you from the images that we saw what that would be. As well as that, we've had information that members of the public rushed this suspect after he began stabbing these young children and this woman on the street. Some young men managed to disarm him. Possibly how he came by his injuries as well. He's not seriously injured according to the authorities. A large knife was recovered from the scene as well, taken off the man by those brave members of the public who surrounded him, effectively sat on him until the police and other members of the emergency services arrived on the scene. This man's been taken, I think, initially to be treated, but he is clearly under arrest at this time.
An astonishing act of bravery, if that comes to be the case, that members of the public intervened and could well have saved more lives.
Well, this is it. I mean, you know, you often find in any of these kind of stabbing attacks that you hear that there are people that step forward. Often it's the police. If they're first on the scene, they'll push in when others, understandably and sensibly, would move away from such a situation. But also members of the public. We know from the London Bridge attack in Borough Market in 2017 that there were members of the public that moved in to try and tackle the terrorists on that occasion. In terms of terrorism, there's no suggestion from the Garda and Síochána, the Irish police, that they are treating this as terrorism. It certainly seems to have been an attack, obviously a multiple stabbing attack, but in terms of the motive, it seems they're not looking down the road of terrorism at this stage.
Okay, Mark White, thank you for the latest on that stabbing in Dublin. Of course, we'll be sure to bring you more of that story throughout the show as it's come to us.
Well, what do you guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen think about this? Do you reckon it's a sickening act? Of course it is. Most of us have a stable brain in our heads. Was he on drugs? Was he on beer? Why on earth would he stab children and an innocent woman? People would not know or would want to know why. But then, see, you injure somebody else, you injure a friend or a family, that's somebody else's family. And there's repercussions to what you do. It's not a video game, it's not real life, it's not a film or a movie. But like I say, I had to do a video about this and explain how disgusted I am about this. I'm disgusted, even though I wasn't there. I don't know these people, but it's always good to be respectful and polite. And I hope they don't die, these children, or the woman, obviously. I hope they live and survive in this beautiful world that we're living in. I'm sorry that some people are not as nice as they are in the world. It could be very difficult for a lot of people. But anyway, I hope they're okay and they survive. And if there's another video that happens to be on YouTube about the guy who's in his 50s apparently, asylum seeker, or is he a legal immigrant? Who knows? But still not a good thing. We had the London terrorists on the bridge and the people, the fake suicide vests are trying to stab people. It's not nice at all. But anyway, thank you for all joining the video and I hope to see you in the next one. Take it easy, peace. See you later.